Hello everyone, welcome to another Narc Survivor live video. In this one, I'm going to be revealing to you how the narcissist is really not happy without you. Because many of you may be seeing the narcissist moving on after they discarded you, or after you got fed up with them, and now you see them and they're smiling, laughing, joking. Looks like they're having a great time. Looks like they found a new source of supply. Looks like everything is getting so much better for them now. But here's the truth. Their happiness is just a mask. It's fake. It's all a lie. It is a desperate performance to hide the emptiness they feel inside. You just gotta look back and remember how they made you feel, how you felt by being around them. How do you think someone like that could ever be happy when they're having that type of effect on you? Remember how they made you feel. Did they make you feel good? Did they make you feel light? Did they make you smile? Did they make you laugh? No, they didn't. So how are they going to be feeling that way after they've left you? Of course, that's never going to be the reality. Because their energy sucks. So how can they go off and feel good? Of course they can't. But you were always the life of the party. They always gravitated towards you as their source of supply. They excessively wanted your attention, your validation. You were just trying to keep them happy because they weren't happy. So how are you constantly walking on eggshells around them? Trying to appease them, pacify them, prevent them from harming you again. Because they're like loose cannons, they're so unpredictable. That tells you everything you need to know. When you're constantly having to cater to them, making sure that they don't explode. That tells you that they're never going to be happy. They'll always need a caretaker, an ATM, someone to make them feel better. And yeah, they may have a new supply. But the thrill fades fast, and then the darkness returns. The truth is they feel lifeless, hollow and numb. And that's how they ended up sucking the life out of you. They made you believe they were into something. They were about something. The same as you. That's what you thought. But actually, no. That is a process known as grooming, conditioning, where they mirror you and they pretend to be just like you. They pretend to be about what you're about, when in reality, they couldn't care less about it. It's only because they see that you're into it, you like it. And they want to steal your energy, your validation, your supply. It's just grooming. They never had any passion of their own. They were never interested in anything other than just feeding their ego, making themselves feel better. And that's all that it was for them. It was not about passion. It's not them pouring their passion into something that's coming from within. No. It's them looking to the outside, looking for something to make them feel better, to make them feel whole, complete. But yeah, you will see this performance. You will see them smiling, laughing, joking. And it will look like they're happier more than anyone. It will look like they're having a great time without you. Because that's how they want it to look. It's designed to make you feel pain, sadness, grief, loss, regret. As though now you're missing out on something. As though you got it wrong. You just weren't good enough for them. And that's why they had an attitude towards you. But now that they've gone off with someone else, everything's fine. You just got to look at it for what it is. It is a performance. It's designed to prove something to you. Why have they got to prove anything? Why have they got to put on a show? Are they entertainers? No. It's all for supply. It's for validation. It's directed at you to make you feel like you're missing out on something. Like something is wrong with you. Remember the emptiness you felt by being around them. Remember the confusion. That's how they feel every day. It is a miserable experience. And that's often why they do not want you to be alone. They hate you being alone. They hate you focusing on your passions, your interests, wherever it may be. Reading, writing, painting, listening to music. They hate you doing that. They don't want to lose their control over you. Because by you having time alone, they will lose that control over you. Because as soon as you get a taste of it, you're going to realize how much better you feel. You're going to notice the contrast, the difference between you having your freedom and you being trapped with them. That's why they're so controlling. That's why they isolate you. Because they know you're going to be so much happier once you escape their grasp, their control, once you come back to yourself. So that's why they're always on you. Yeah, they envy your ability to love, to feel, to heal. They see that you're a highly sensitive person. They use that to their advantage, to irritate you, to upset you. They treat you like a toy. They toy with you. They mess with you. Because that's their idea of fun. That's their idea of enjoyment. Playing with you. Because then they're coming from a position of power, domination, control. Lots of trolls coming in with their manipulative tactics, using redirections and references, comparisons. None of this is working. So why don't you get out of your, maybe just invest a little bit of time into yourself, fix your mental health, so that you're not coming on here trying to disrupt people who are actually trying to do something with their lives. The narcissist wants you to stay broken. That's why they keep coming back. That's why they keep hoovering you. That's why they don't leave you alone. And anytime they come back, it's just to prove that you're not really happy without them. As though you're the one with the problem. And this is it with narcissists. You know, they're completely delusional. This could be ongoing abuse. Non-stop. Constantly. And yet they're constantly pointing the finger at you. Why aren't you happy? How does that make any sense? They never give you any space, any room to be happy. But this is it. Those of you who haven't experienced it yet, I can tell you, the moment you get away from them, within minutes, if not seconds, Finally, you can breathe. Finally, you can smile, you can laugh, you can joke. You're not so self-conscious, focusing on every flaw, every possible weakness that they've made you believe in. You feel free. You no longer self-censor. You just feel much better. It's only when you're under their influence, under their control, then you don't feel so good. Then you're confused. So it's not you. It's their influence. And typically the odds are, you being their source of supply, you're probably typically a very happy person. Happier than they've ever felt in their entire lives. Than they're ever going to feel. That's the truth. That's why they're so manipulative and controlling. That's why they want to isolate you. Because they don't want the world to see your light. How bright you are. Yeah, they want you to stay broken. Because it proves that they still have power. And that's all that they're looking for. To feel powerful. But that pain, it is evidence of their misery, not yours. Remember, they're always coming around you and they want to have power. They want to be in control of you. That doesn't say anything about you because they are the ones who've got to have the control. So it says everything about them and not about you. Of course, there's a lot of people who just don't understand. And they see you and they wonder, why aren't you happy? What's going on with you? And the narcissist tries to make you think that you're crazy. You're the one with the issue. No, it's because of what they're doing to you. It's because of what they're constantly doing to you. The truth is that you deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve happiness. Anyone does, but especially you. After everything you've been through, after everything they did to you, you've suffered enough. You've been through the trials and tribulations. It's just that many of you haven't heard this from anyone. You're not getting any encouragement. And this is just how it seems to be, We live in a world that's really become so antisocial. And people are so narcissistic these days. So inconsiderate. Lacking empathy for people. And this is what happens. They see victims. And sometimes people with disabilities. And they're looking at you and thinking that you're the villain. They see that you're angry about something, you're upset, you're not in a good mood. And I don't know what it is, I think it irritates them. It winds them up in some way. And then they want to further abuse you. And I've noticed a pattern of this. This is happening a lot. This is happening a lot in the world today. In care homes, in schools, innocent people who are maybe going through something would never harm anyone, but the harm has been done to them. They are being targeted by predators. And often, everyone in the care home knows about it, the school, everyone is in on it. And these are all enablers. And this is going on everywhere in the world today. Because a lot of people, they just don't understand victims. They don't understand people who have been through something. They don't understand how to have patience, care. This is how it is a lot of times. But yeah, the narcissist is not happy without you. They're never going to be happy without you. Just remember how you could never be happy around them. Let me tell you, a happy person, they want you to be happy. Someone who feels free, they want you to feel free. They want you to feel how they feel. How a person treats you is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. That's why they treated you that way. And that's why you went above and beyond. You did everything you could. You sacrificed your life to please them. Still wasn't good enough. But you did that because you felt relatively good inside. You felt pretty good about yourself. You were satisfied. And that's why you did so much for them and expected practically nothing in return. How a person treats you is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. As within, so without. They're not happy. They're never going to be happy. They might say they're happy sometimes, yeah. They have their idea of happiness. Their happiness is not like ours. They don't feel as deep as we feel. And for them, we were really just like a bottomless well. And they were really just enjoying extracting everything from you. Everything that they knew they could never create for themselves. So, yeah, of course, after you've woken up, it will hurt you, it will upset you to think that this person who came in and just took everything from you, tricked you, did these things directly to you. Of course, you're not going to want them to be happy. When they haven't paid the price, they haven't been held accountable, they haven't even confessed what they did, they haven't been punished, disciplined, they haven't done the inner work. Of course you wouldn't want them to be happy. And that's not about you being resentful, being bitter. Maybe if they actually were held accountable, if they actually confessed what they did, and they compensated for it, and they did the inner work and try to be better, you wouldn't hold a grudge against them, you would let it go. That's what they do. They hold grudges, they hold on for life because they are never happy, never satisfied, and they will never be happy. If you see me shake at the camera, it's because I got people coming really close. So I'm constantly trying to get away as much as I can. But yeah, they hold these grudges for life. That's proof that they will never be happy. If someone is happy, if someone is satisfied, they let it go, they forget about it. How many times did you let it go? How many times did you forget about it? When you were with them, you weren't holding on to it. You weren't even thinking about it. About everything they did, everything they put you through. How many fresh starts did you have every day? Because they made you forget about it. So you quite clearly are not someone who holds a grudge for what they did to you. You're able to let it go. And you let it go so many times even though they never took any accountability. They never even confessed what they did. They gaslighted you. And they never really showed any care or concern. Or that they were ever going to try and do better.
Wow, thanks.
So, yeah, they're never going to be happy. There's no way. And the proof of that is in how they treated you. And how you felt just by being around them as a result of everything they put you through. So, yeah. The narcissist will never be happy. They're always going to be that way. I apologize if the lighting isn't so good in this video. It's suddenly gotten quite cloudy. And it seems as though no matter what direction I point the camera, it's not brightening. Again, just a quick video. Let me know if you have any questions about this, because I'm sure some of you're seeing things on their social media. It looks like they're moving on. It looks like they're happier now. Like they just did all of this stuff to you and they go off and just forget about it. So drop it in the live chat below. Let's talk about it. Because I'm very confident what I'm saying here. And I would say 100%. I mean, their happiness is not like yours. It's not happiness. It's superficial. It's just surface level. And it's coming from the outside. The outside in, not the inside out. It never sustains them. Really, it's just escapism, distraction. It's not love. It's not passion. It's really just the dopamine hits. That's all that they get. They don't get anything more than that. And even then, they don't use it for anything good. Lunabug says, and sadly, most of them aren't even aware how they behave. That's it. Most of them are not even self-aware. Although I'm sure many more of them are becoming self-aware now because of this information online. But yeah, that's how a lot of them can do the things that they do. They lack self-awareness. They're disconnected from themselves. Champagne says, I smoke the devil's lettuce daily and have been for 3 years. Is this a problem? Obviously, that's a gang stalker comment, because just a couple of days ago, I had a private coaching session with a client from Central America. And he was talking about how he was drugged with the devil's lettuce. And that was the first time I ever heard about it in my entire life. So that's definitely a gang stalker. Listening in on my calls. I mean, I get it. My life is more interesting than yours. So why not disconnect from yourself and your life and watch the movie that is my life? Oh, these waves are really coming in now. There's just so many loser trolls that come into this live chat. It's unreal. I mean, just on a typical live video, there could be dozens of trolls. And you think I'm doing a live video practically every day, and this has been happening for the past 2 years. And they're always different accounts. So we're talking about thousands of people. And this is just online. There's so many of them who follow me around in real life as well. Actually, I got a video about that. Narcissist obsessively watching you. I'll be posting that tomorrow. Amanda Surley says they wouldn't be able to manipulate people like they do. Neither would they be so paranoid about being exposed if they were delusional. They know exactly what they're doing. It gets quite deep, you know. They are gaslighting themselves. They're brainwashing themselves because the truth, it's too painful for them to confront. That's why they're gaslighting themselves. And yeah, deep down, they do know who they are, what they're doing. That's how they reveal it to you sometimes. But they deny it most of the time. They gaslight themselves. So it's not so much that they are manipulating you or gaslighting you. It's a result of them gaslighting themselves first. That's what's really going on. It's the same thing as what you'll see in any interrogation on YouTube, whether in denial. It's the exact same thing. Deep down, they do know. It's just, there's so much shame and the fear of the consequences. They bury it deep down. They lie to themselves first. And that's what makes them such good liars to you. Those who are more self-aware, inside they know exactly who they are, they know exactly what's going on. They're not gaslighting themselves. They're just gaslighting you. So sociopaths, psychopaths, they're typically higher functioning. Not always, but a lot of the time they are. Lunabug says they project their own shame and gaslit reality. Exactly, that's what they do. And they make you feel like something is wrong with you. You can no longer trust yourself or value yourself anymore. They won't let you. And so you try and find happiness in something else. And they're constantly scanning. What is it? What is it that's giving you confidence here? What could it be? Is it your new hairstyle? Your new outfit? This new interest, this new sport that you're involved in? And then they go to grooming, idealizing you, idealizing what you're involved in, just so they can take it down because they can't find happiness in anything. It's all a performance, it's all a facade. But they know it's not like that for you. And that's why they're so heavily involved in the grooming. Amanda Surley says, strange how they only abuse that unfortunate victim behind closed doors with no witnesses. Perfectly behaved in public cowards. Yeah, I know it looks that way. It looks like they're perfectly managing it. The way that they only do it behind closed doors. But still, they are in denial. They are gaslighting themselves. That's how they can abuse you and push you into reactive abuse. And then immediately they point the finger at you, like they never did anything. And if you confront them, they'll say, I never said that. I never did it. And it looks like they really believe it because they're making themselves believe it. Sociopaths, psychopaths, they don't believe it. They know what they are. They know that they're just fooling you. The narcissist doesn't. But they do it to themselves because of the fear, the shame. It's unbearable. So that's the internal process. But deep down, they all know what they're doing, yes. That's how they know to go into denial. That's how they know to gaslight themselves. They just suppress it. So yeah, that's why they don't behave the same way in public. It's because of their image. They know that they could get in trouble. So it's the fear of consequences, the shame. That's what makes them suppress it in public. Because they know they can't get away with it. They wear a mask and sometimes the mask slips. Usually they have control over it. But often, malignant narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, they will reveal that in public as well. So, deep down they know what they're doing. But once they've gaslit themselves, once they've gone into denial, they've tricked themselves into not knowing what they're doing. And that's how you can give a narcissist a lie detector test. They will pass it. Many of them will. They will pass the lie detector test. Because in that moment, they don't know what they're doing. So that's what's going on. But deep down, yes, they all know what they're doing. It's just they put themselves into a state where they don't know. And that's where they want to remain. They want to remain in denial. Same thing with all criminals, with everyone you see in interrogations. And that's why they need supply. It acts as a distraction to keep them in denial. It's all about putting it onto you so they don't have to reflect. But yeah. Sun is going down over there. Sunset time here at the beach. Tomorrow I will be going to a different part of this island. Hopefully it will be easier to do a video there. Because it does get quite busy around here. And there's often a lot of noise. But yeah. And as for an update on Nala, she still isn't back in the UK. As you may know, these pet transfer companies in Malaysia, a lot of them are con artists. There was one before, I paid them 4,000 RM. I mean, this is like $1,000. They just took the money and ghosted me. Disappeared. And now I got to try and get the police after them to get it back. And they never did anything for Nala. And now it's the same thing with them again, a different company. They said it would take like 3 weeks, now it's like 3 months. And they'll probably end up asking for even more money at the end of it. They're all a scam. But Nala's meant to be back in the UK now by the end of the month. And I'm looking forward to just getting her back, you know, to a place of safety. Because you just can't trust anyone out here. Everything's a scam, and I know that Nala's fed up. She's had enough of it. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Get something to eat. And do some editing on my next video. But yeah, thank you all for joining me at this beach today. I appreciate the ongoing support. And check out my new Twitter page. I've got new videos on there every day. Actually, not Twitter, it's called X now. I forgot they changed the name. Yeah, it's x.com/narcsurvivor18. And also TikTok, Instagram. It's Narc Survivor Coaching. The Facebook group is called Narc Survivor. And check out the daily blog posts, book a one-on-one on my website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. If you'd like to support this work, you could donate. Go to paypal.me/narcsurvivor. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you all. And I'll speak to you in another live video very soon.